Alright, let's continue with our figure. I try to get everything going here. Trying to get... I tell you, I'm not a connoisseur of films, okay? I would be a heck of a director if I had to direct films. I guess I do alright, but it's... Alright. Now, let's go ahead and start separating our piece here. We're going to go start taking some off in this area. Let me set my clock. I always have to keep I'm sorry, I always have to keep a wind of my time. Even though my videos can go over 10 minutes now. A little bit on 10 minutes. It's not much more, so. But time can get away from you whenever you're sitting here doing this, forgetting about what's going on. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and let me go ahead and measure this for you. I'm so used to doing things by memory and stuff. Alright, let's come up about a ½ inch. That's where our feet's going to be. Oh, brother. That's where our shoes are going to be. A ½ inch. And let's go ahead and start on our shoes. There we go. Just like that. See that? I'm going to start carving back. Take this pencil out of my mouth. Okay. Okay. Just kind of cutting around here where the shoes will be. And I can bring them down a little bit more if I have to. Okay. Just kind of getting in between the legs here. There's a lot. When you have a block of wood, there's a lot of removing of wood to get to where you want it to be. In other words, see from the side, you can see how we're working on the piece and how we rounded it off. So there's a lot of wood removal when you're working from a block of wood. Bandsaw, that's the wonderful thing about a bandsaw. If you're ever going to carve a long period of time, or want to do it for a long period of time, get you a bandsaw. Because I'm going to tell you something. It sure removes a lot of wood that you need. Alright, I feel I need to come up a little bit more. Where's my pencil? On this. I want a little bit more leg showing. So let me go ahead and come up from the bottom, oh, say about 2 inches, okay? I thought that would be enough, that 1 1/4, but I want a little bit more. Okay? And I'm going to remove a little bit more wood. This is just 2 inches. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I want a little bit more leg showing, okay? Alright. You know, when you get into a piece of carving, a lot of times, you stand back and look at it and you say, well, I need to take a little bit more off here, or show a little bit more in here. And sometimes that's what happens. Even though you can plan out a carving, sometimes. So, if when you begin your carving, instead of just going up 1 inch and 3/8, go ahead and go up 2 inches like that, okay? It won't be hard to take off in here, see? But sometimes when you're doing something from a block of wood, you think you've got everything the way you want it, and you don't. So, just normal. So instead of coming up 1 3/4, come up 2 inches. There, see, gives me a little bit more of the leg to show, which I wanted. There we go, see that? Wanted a little bit more of the, see that? A little bit more of that to show. Especially when you're doing it from a side like this and not from the front. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to get a general idea of what it looks like. I've never done this figure before. This is the first time I'm doing it, so. Yeah, that's looking better. Much, much better. Looking more like what I wanted. Because the blanket doesn't come down that far. It can. You can make it where it comes down that far, but I'd rather this. I'm sorry, this is the boring part, folks. This is just basically removing wood. Okay, see that? See? Got more legs showing, as we may say. Used to be an old phrase with women, you know. You got too much leg showing. Back in the moral days. Now you got too much something else showing. Okay. All right, now we're getting there, okay? Okay, now let's go ahead and take some more off in here. There's no arms on this. Excuse me, I'm sorry. There's no arms on this, so we're not going to worry about that. Okay, let me let you see. Of course, this has all got to come down some more. You may have to sharpen your knife a few times when you're working with this piece because it's all right. Let me come up here and just trying to take some more wood off, just like that. There we go. All right, we're going to, from the top up here, I want you to draw, let's see if we can see this now. I want you to draw a little line across here, okay? Just kind of draw a little line at the top up here. All right, and then we're going to draw one kind of like this, okay? And then we're going to come across like this, where it joins in, and it's going to come down like this. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and we're just drawing a little line across here. And what we're going to do is we're going to come from the inside now, okay? Not from the outside, but from the inside. We're going to remove a little wood up in here. From the inside, folks. That's why I made it a little bit bigger, because and from the inside, I'm going to carry it like this, okay? Alright. That's just kind of a rough little deal we're doing here. Alright. Just an idea.